Well, I can, let's get started and see how far we get. I can give a quick update on the work that's underway on infrastructure. I mentioned it on last meeting, but we're going to shift, or we decided to shift from ONF's crowd to LF's single sign-on machinery. So you'll be able to get to Jenkins through your LF account, which for starters will make it easy for anyone with an LF account to have read access, and you can see what's going on Jenkins. The second point is I've been making a pass over it because we've just inherited Jenkins from the old Aether that was just chock full of hundreds of jobs that no longer run. And so I've been trying to prune Jenkins back to just, it's got one dashboard now. It's just the set of integration jobs. So trying to get all the noise out of the way so that you can see what's there and maybe make some use of it. But the big thing is we are waiting on a security update from Eric. No longer using crowd, but something from LF, and then anonymous users, or I'm sorry, authenticated users can have read access. And then people that are actually running jobs and making changes will have additional access. Any questions about that? And again, didn't see Eric on. Yeah, we're blocked on him.
Yeah, I don't see Eric either. Hi, everyone. Just a question, Larry. I mean, this is kind of doubling down on an investment in Jenkins, or trimming it and tuning it up. But is there an alternate path to go to GitHub Actions and get off Jenkins entirely?
Not an easy one. This is I'm sorry, Jenkins is run only for integration tests.
Right.
And we need to spin up a VM for that. If you're on GitHub Actions, you get Docker containers to do simple things in. You can use GitHub to then manage VMs, but that's another step that would need to be taken. So it's possible. That wouldn't get us out of spinning up VMs.
Right.
I mean, Jenkins is simple enough. Once we can prune it from everything that got packed in there over the years. But go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do observe that LF is charging the project. I don't know exactly what it is, but it might be $600 a month or something. Just, it seems, to support the Jenkins infrastructure. And now, grain of salt, I may be, I'm just trying to remember exactly what the breakout is. But since Jenkins is getting pruned down to such a small footprint, that's the reason it's prompting me to ask the question.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a valid question. I have some, I mean, we've been building, as far as I know, we've been building all the GitHub actions we've been building so far, take advantage of the free containers that you can get from GitHub. The second you start spinning up Amazon VMs, then the LF involvement ramps up again because they take responsibility for that end of things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not quite sure what point we could get to there.
Right. Okay, thanks for.
So Larry, like a point on there. So it means that you guys have tested and validated that the GitHub runners are not powerful enough to, or don't have enough computing capabilities to run these end-to-end tests?
Well, it's not out of the question, but we wouldn't have, if you're running it, yeah, it's not out of the question. I haven't really looked at it for sure. But from an integration test point of view, I want to know that I'm starting with a clean Linux distribution. And yeah.
Yeah,
So have you run on-ramp from within a container?
so I know that Gulson from Canonical, she was trying to enable a end-to-end testing. For now, she has a draft PR in the AMF. I don't think it is completed, but to a certain degree, I believe is good enough. But we haven't kind of follow up on that.
Well, so yeah, you could, I believe you could do an end-to-end test. I wouldn't, that's slightly different than the integration tests here, but yeah. But maybe it would point the way.
No, it's end-to-end using on ramp, right? So
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
yeah. No, that's what it means on end-to-end. So basically, have their own Docker image for, let's say, for the AMF repository for whatever PR it is. So it can be tested from an end-to-end perspective before it actually gets merged. So that's
Okay,
kind of the
yeah,
goal
we
for.
should watch for that, yeah. I mean, let me just make note. May be able to make use of those are being done on a per NF basis, but it's end-to-end per the test.
It's an
Particular.
end-to-end test and based on the specific PR. I just shared the link of the PR that she has open as a draft at the moment uh, for the AMF. So you can actually also add it there as a kind of like a reference point.
All right, thanks.
Mhm.
Oops, darn it. While I'm cleaning up the notes here, why don't we go into the core, because I know, Gabriel, you have a
Yeah, I
limit
have
how much
to,
time you're available.
right. Yeah, so for now, I mean, I haven't spent that much time on the core. Lastly, there is lots of PRs that have I'm currently working on them to merge PRs opened by the Dependabot and some improvements that we have made regarding some security issues. We are in the process of merging those PRs, but the key piece in there is that we need to kind of have some patch releases, but there is an issue with the GitHub actions related to the use the GitHub token. So I open an issue in for Eric to help us. So we are in the process of, I mean, he's in the process of trying to address the issue, but there is no clear understanding why this is happening.
That's
So because
that's issue 28-155 reported last time.
I believe it's a new one. Let me just go back to see which one is the blah blah blah. Eric. This is the 28202 issue. So it's a new issue. It's a different one. At least from the GitHub actions, both of them for the GitHub tag, and they create a new version. Those two rely on the GitHub token, and basically I get an error message saying the bad credentials. So something is wrong with the GitHub token. So uh, and that's I don't have visibility to the what permissions the GitHub token has. So that's what I asked Eric to kind of help me taking a closer look. He said that he hasn't found any issue, but the issue is still there. Um, I just shared the link with you about that request as well.
Got it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Whoops. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Mhm.
Okay, so regarding the next point, I just wanted to give an update. So Patricia did the presentation for what we plan to do with the web console to NF configuration flow. So we're starting the work on that. So our plan is to gradually implement that. So first of all, implementing the new endpoints in web console. while keeping the gRPC stuff in place and gradually move network functions. So the first PR will be around web console, and then we'll be going over the different network functions. Once everything is migrated, we'll be able to remove the gRPC stuff. But once that happens, this will be a breaking change for 4G. So we can revisit at that point, but that's basically the plan right now.
Gisland, I see that Gulsum opened a PR for the web console regarding it's called implement and config HTTPS service. Is that
Yes.
kind of related to what you are saying right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So let me also share the link for that one. So currently it is as a draft. There is some type of issue that GitHub Action that is failing, but you can also attach this link to that comment. So it's part of the work that is being done. I haven't looked at that yet. I'm still working on the other dependable PRs. So the decision is
I don't
basically
think it's ready right now.
no, it's not ready. It's as a draft at the moment. It's a draft. So in conclusion, would be that we are removing gRPC and we are moving to HTTP for the communication between the web console and the NFs. Correct?
Yes. So the first part will be to add HTTPS and move all the network functions to support that. And once all of that is done, then we'll be able to go back to web console and remove gRPC at that point. We can always keep it if we want to keep 4G support, but it's I don't think we want to keep supporting 4G. So I think it would be better for maintenance to remove it. But we're doing that in a way that we won't be breaking anything until we decide to remove the gRPC support.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Any other questions on the web console work? Great, good news, thank you. Any other core issues? AJ?
Probably just one comment from my side. I'm trying to kind of coordinate with Patricia to see if we can have a session to try to make work together the on-ramp or Aether with Canonical's NMS management system. So we're gonna keep you updated on how things go there.
Yeah, let me just record that. Exploring it's NMS.
NMS, yes, Canonical's NMS, the
Yeah.
network management system.
I'll just note it down here. And I think long term, it's a possible replacement for rock. Great, thank you. Looking for Wujong or anyone else to talk about SD-RAN. Nothing. Well, finally, an on-ramp note on the possibility of substituting NMS, just mentioned. Iowa State making progress on the blueprints.
Yeah, so that's the so our SD core blueprint is will be ready soon. And for the SD-RAN blueprint, actually, I just received one email from Wujun this morning with the documentation of the version 1.5. Yeah, I think it will be ready in before next meeting.
That'd be great, thanks. Yeah, let me know if you need any help.
Yeah, I just checked the documentation. Yeah, I think I should get enough materials to get 1.5 version ready. Yeah.
Great. All right, well, since we've moved here through this all pretty quickly, Denise is gonna put you on the spot for a second. Do you have any updates on what you've learned about people using Ether and their willingness to talk about it?
So actually we have, and we've published several customer stories, and they're willing to talk about it, right? We have several blogs, some are videos. We've got NG Core recently put together a blog. Canonical had done an announcement. GS Labs, Gavs wrote a blog. MCN they did a video. Monogoto did an announcement. So we have quite a few, and that's I think it'd be great to try and better highlight those maybe on our website, and maybe it would even be helpful to have some of these folks, all of them, do videos that we can or invite them to the TST to share an update. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Well, yeah, some of them have, so that's,
Yes, some of them
some of
have.
them definitely have. So, let me think a second here. So these are all on the,
So some are on the website if they were a blog, but on the Zoom ones, probably less so because they might show up as an event. I'm thinking it would be good to bring them forth to the homepage to have just a frame on the homepage that highlights our Ether users. You can see the May 15th one there. Yeah.
yeah, okay, so, yeah, let's work on just, yeah, user stories, and then it can point to either the blog
Yes.
or the, yeah, good, or a video. So on the videos, those tend to be under events, is that right?
I think those tend to be, if we did them under events, I have to go find them, like past events. I don't even know if they're all in there.
Okay,
Or I have to look them up on YouTube. So yeah, it doesn't look like all the past events may be in there. So I may need to work on that. But there are some that are that were videos. I know MCN for sure is a video. So I need to do a better job of getting those pulled forward, definitely.
okay, good, thanks.
Mhm.
Yeah, getting those people pointed at the TST also might help get them engaged.
Yep.
By the way, there was a short. Sorry, go ahead. I can update.
Oh, I was
you.
going to mention ARA also, the Iowa folks. I know we're also planning to do a blog, so that's yet one more. Yeah, you've
Yeah.
got them there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I do receive the email, and I would reminder my professor at least to read the email. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, I just wanted to update that last week there was an OAI workshop in Stockholm, in the Ericsson headquarters, and indeed iOS MCN was there, right? And they had a demo running on the screen there, with they have a nice GUI, let's say, which integrates on one hand the core, so the web console of the SD core, sorry, and on the other hand the run part, which handles the network function. So it was a nice demo from them.
Who was this from?
Okay. iOS MCN, so the Indian project.
Ah,
I'll shoot them
And they
an
were
email, Alex,
Mhm.
and unless you had a better contact, and maybe maybe we can find out if they have a video or anything that they could share to promote,
Yes.
because that would be great.
Mhm. Yeah, there was a video running, so I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they will be able to. I have a contact there. It's
Okay.
can send an email
Okay. Thank you.
and add you. Okay.
good. Anything else on that ilk?
Not from me, but I just want to put it out there. If anybody does have or is interested in writing a blog about an Ether use case, please just shoot me an email or share with Larry and let us know, because we'd be happy to work with you on that, get it published, get it promoted. You know, something positive for both of us.
Yep, thank you. Yeah, definitely. All right, any other business overall?
So one more thing, probably, Larry, before I leave. For the Gnodes vSIM, so Ether Gnodes vSIM, the on-ramp, basically. You remember at some point in the past, I created a PR to kind of validate whether Docker was installed there. If it was, basically just skip that step. But at some point, you basically reverted back because for some reason it wasn't working. Would it be possible for you to test that again to make sure that it's working for me in the
So
SRS run?
is there an open PR?
No, there was a PR, it got merged, but at some point you reverted back. So, and in summary is basically if Docker is already installed on the machine, so there is no need to install it again. But currently what on-ramp does is basically, regardless of whether Docker is installed, it removes the installation and installs it again, and that's the whole
Okay,
process.
yeah, I vaguely remember that now.
Yeah.
If you have any breadcrumbs you can send me, please do. I'll go see if I can track it
Okay,
down.
perfect. Yeah, okay. I have to drop. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Gabriel. I believe we may be done. Is there anything else? All right, thanks everyone. See you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.
Thanks.